Well, we've spent the last hour talking about the sustainability of the beef industry from farm to fork. And now I'd like to get a few closing remarks from several of our panelists. John, let's start with you. If you could summarize, what do you believe are some of the things that have helped our industry improve our sustainability?
Well, I really feel like that technology has played a key role, especially in the time frame that we've looked at. And technology from every segment, whether it be farming and the crop production and how we've been able to advance there, up to the cow-calf operation and how the genetics have played a role and the advancing technology we've been able to utilize there, and even into the feeding situation where we've got growth enhancement technologies that have really helped us along the path of becoming more sustainable, more efficient, being able to produce more with less. And I really feel like that if I had to put one mark on the map, that probably is the one for me around technology that has really advanced our industry in this area of sustainability.
And do you think sustainability is here to stay?
I really do. You know, I don't think it's a trend. I think it's here forever. When you look at the pressures we're receiving from the consumer to know more about the food they're consuming, specifically the protein, where it comes from, how we as caretakers of those animals and of that land are responsible, there is a certain need for that, and that falls into this whole definition, this whole arena of sustainability. So once you get into the consumer marketplace, I really feel like that you put a stake in the ground and it's here for long term.
And Kim, do you think we'll be able to look back at some point in the future and say, yes, our industry truly is sustainable, we've achieved our goal?
Well, the industry is sustainable today, and that's why doing this sort of research and benchmarking where we're at today, drawing that line in the sand is so important so that we can continue to have the most sustainable product tomorrow as well.
So Scott, will this focus on sustainability help unite our industry?
It should. You know, the fact that this study is not just looking at the environmental impact, it's looking at the environmental, the social, and the profit component is very a broad-based look. We're looking at the cow-calf sector, we're looking at the feeder sector, we're looking at the harvest sector, the case-ready sector, the retailers, and the food service, and the consumer at the end. Mm-hmm. Because every one of us have a role to play in this whole sustainability of beef. And you know, I think this is very interesting to me because for so long we've been the focus of all the attention saying, you've got to be sustainable. But we're suddenly coming out and saying, hey, even the consumer has a role to play. Mm-hmm. If you drive 20 miles for a steak dinner in your Hummer, that's not quite as sustainable. and so this is actually helping the whole value chain come together and be united.
And Kim, one last question. Mm-hmm. What can individual beef producers watching the show do to be more sustainable?
Well, a one-size-fits-all approach is simply not sustainable. I think every producer has different pieces to the resource puzzle that they put together to produce the most sustainable beef that they can. And it's about that balanced approach to sustainability that includes profitability and efficiency. And that's really what's going to take us into the future with the most sustainable product that we've ever produced.
Well, thank each of you and all of our panelists today for this cutting-edge information and your personal insight into this very, very important topic. For more information on the Checkoff-funded Beef Industry Sustainability Assessment, just log on to beefresearch.org. Well, that does it for this week's edition of NCBA's Cattleman to Cattleman.